GRIDLIFE track battle here at Road Atlanta. We are currently running Time Attack Group A. This is the second day of competition for the GRIDLIFE track battle at GRIDLIFE South Festival here in Braselton, Georgia. We've got some of the fastest Time Attack cars in the country taking to the track right now. Time Attack Group A is out. Time Attack Group B will be coming out soon. It looks like the checkered flag is out, though, for Time Attack Group A. Your fastest laps of Time Attack Group A so far. Enrique Cisneros out there in that Momo-sponsored Ferrari Challenge car running a 1:24.7. He just keeps dropping more and more time off those lap times. He was in the 1:25s earlier today. Now he is down into the 1:24s. You're seeing Kevin Wesley getting every last little bit off of his time on the track right now. Kevin down to a 1:32.3. I believe he ran a 1:31 earlier. There's our boy Will R. Young out there in the Vibrant Performance Acura RSX. Will actually drives one of the fastest Time Attack cars in the country. It looks very similar to his RSX that he's in right now, but he actually, in his Civic Si, it's being shipped to Australia right now for World Time Attack Challenge, so he unfortunately does not have it at this event. His best so far of this session, 1:27.9, dropping some time from earlier this morning in his RSX. Will has run a 1:19.5 here before, though, in his Civic Si, so very, very quick car. Will actually showed up yesterday, was not able to drive because they got in kind of late, making the trip down all the way from Kitchener, Canada. So we really appreciate those guys coming down. Another Canadian, our boy Chris Boersma, running in the K-tuned Civic Si in the track modified front-wheel drive class. Looks like Chris may have reset. Actually, he did. He reset his track record that he set yesterday. Yesterday, he ran a 1:31.558 for the overall track modified front-wheel drive record. Chris running a 1:31.015 this session for a new track-modified front-wheel drive track record. We also saw our buddy Matt DeRoos out there. Matt running a 1:33.8 just now, so very nice work. Your top five of Time Attack Group A, though: Enrique Cisneros, 1:24.762. Kevin Wesley, 1:31.707. Robert Shaw, 1:29.9. Dwight Kelly, 1:30.899. And Matt DeRoos, rounding out the top five, 1:33.869. Time Attack Group B is about to roll on track right now. And we'll take a quick break for an announcement for the track.
Hi, I'm Dwight Kelly, and this is my
All right, what you're looking at right now is a shot from down the front straight. We're going to see the Time Attack Group B cars coming down to start their flyer laps. We have a very full field this weekend. We sold out all 135 Time Attack spots, and almost every single one of those cars has now turned a lap here at Road Atlanta. We also have some interesting things going on today. The Radwood Car Show is going on. Radwood is a festival that started out in California for lovers of 80s and 90s vehicles. That's right, it's all 1980s and 1990s vehicles that are going to be up there, and period correct dress is recommended. So if you got some of those 80s and 90s clothes, throw them on and head up to Radwood. It's going on right now until 3 o'clock, so make sure you check those guys out. All right, there we see James Houghton out there in the K-tuned Integra Type R. James ran a 124 and some change earlier this morning, still seeking out his track record in unlimited front-wheel drive of a 123.862. So he was about 0.8 of a second off this morning. So we'll see what he can do. For those of you that are interested in learning how to drive on track or getting into performance driving, there's an SCCA autocross going on that they're sponsoring for us. Make sure you check those guys out. $20 gets you 4 runs. So if you have any vehicle, as long as it passes the safety requirements and you have a driver's license, make sure you head over to the GRIDLIFE autocross on the other side of the front straight from the paddock and go run your car. No experience is required. GRIDLIFE has a very comprehensive beginner program as well. So if you want to learn how to drive on track, fortunately we're sold out for this event, but for future events, make sure you keep your eyes open for registration to open. Those spots do sell very quickly. Here we see Sally McNulty there on the live stream. Sally just reset the street modified all-wheel drive record earlier this morning with a 133.759. Sally just ran a 134.242, a little bit slower than she ran earlier this morning. Maybe the conditions. There we see Matt Shaw coming down the front straight in that wide body Porsche. Very cool car. Matt running a 137.5 for his first lap. And Ian Stewart all the way up from Florida, 134.359 for Ian. Doug Oakley crosses the line, 135.443. See some nice drone footage here of the paddock in the front straight. There we see Darius Zajac coming up through turn 1, followed by Austin Hurdle. Both of those guys have been running very, very quick. Austin Hurdle, street rear-wheel drive class in that 370Z, 139.151. And Darius Zajac, you just saw come through turn 1. They're in that blue C5 Corvette, 138.0 for Darius. I think both of those guys have run just a little bit faster here this weekend, though. Conditions are starting to get a little bit warmer, but I think a lot of these drivers, as they start to get a little bit more comfortable, we will see lap times falling throughout the rest of the weekend. There's Sally coming down the back straight with James Houghton in pursuit. It looks like James may have shut it down. We'll see if James comes into the pits or not. Sally is trying to beat her track record that she set this morning of a 133.759. You can see her. She'll pop into view here in just a second, coming down turn 12. There she is right there. Let's see, can she do it? Nope, Sally McNulty, 134.494, just about a second off of what she ran earlier today. It was a little bit slower than her first lap as well. We see Matt Shaw there as well with a 135.012. That is his best of this session. Cody Miles crossing the line a little bit slower, 153.7, so not sure if he's trying to build himself a gap or what the deal is, but he definitely ran very quick this morning, looking to see what he can do later on today. GRIDLIFE would like to thank our main partners, Falcon Tire with the new RT 615K Plus tire. It's a great street tire that a lot of our track battle competitors are choosing to run in the street and street mod classes. Also, special thanks to Rockstar Energy Drink. Rockstar's here giving away free energy drinks. I am on my 3rd for the weekend, but only my 1st of the day. Make sure you stop by and see the guys over at Rockstar. Also, special thanks to Voodoo Ride Car Care Cleaning Products. Thanks to Maxxis Tire and Power Stop Brakes. Come visit the Power Stop Brakes display and check in with the guys from Pep Boys. Enter to win a drawing for a $100 Pep Boys gift cards. Drawings will be held twice daily. Also, thank you to AEM Electronics, BC Racing, Airlift Performance, and NRG Innovations. We also have our partners Auto Week here and our partners at Race Service. All those guys are doing awesome, awesome media things. Make sure you stop by and check them out. There we see Sally crossing the line one more time. 134.3 for Sally, still not beating her 133 she ran earlier. Matt Shaw running a best of this session in that Porsche you're seeing coming through turn 1, 133.599. And Cody Miles still in the 133s, 133.296 for Cody. Cody is currently running the fastest lap time of the session, 1:33.296. Cody actually did not drive here yesterday. He flew in from California and is getting his first little taste of Road Atlanta here. You see car number 3, I believe that is Ron Spear. Ron from the Midwest area coming down. His best so far, 1:37.582 in his Mustang. Ron has been a multi-year competitor with us here with GRIDLIFE Track Battle. Let's see what Ron has. A little bit slower there for Ron, 1:48.871. Not sure if that was just a cool-down lap or he hit some traffic, but it looks like he's going for it again. Looks like he may have shut it down. Here we see Alex Gallardo there in that black 350Z. Looks like he is coming in. And car number 178 is Jonathan Baker out there in that GTR. Jonathan's best so far, 1:38.544. Alex Gallardo, his best of a 1:35.575. Looks like Time Attack Group B is done. That means Time Attack Group C will be out on track here shortly. For those of you that may hear me talking about all these different classes, but don't quite understand what the classes mean, let me break it down for you. The most lightly modified cars would most likely be running in our street class. Those are lightly prepped cars, mostly stockish vehicles, with no aftermarket aero, and running maximum 200 tread wear tires. That's the softest they can get. So the all-wheel drive cars can run up to a 255 at all 4 corners, but the rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive cars can run a 285. Next class up from that is the street mod class. Takes it up just a little bit of notch, and they can run aftermarket aero, 200 tread-wear street tires though, and there are no horsepower restrictions. You still need the front interior in those cars. Most of those cars are actually still plated, so you know, a nice place if you want to modify a car and be able to compete in it, but still drive it on the track. Moving up from there, we go into the track mod class. Track mod cars are, they have minimal restrictions, but they cannot run full race slicks. So that's one of the main distinguishers between the track mod cars and the unlimited cars. The unlimited cars, almost anything goes. It is a beautiful day here. For those of you that have come to the south or from the Atlanta area, know that the weather right now for this time of August is quite amazing. Normally it's a good 10 to 15 degrees hotter than this, and we just have some beautiful, beautiful weather. The cars seem to be liking it too. We've broken a few track records already. Looks like yesterday we saw Jeremy Swinson
Hi, I'm Dwight Kelly, and this is my 2004 BMW E40
ZR1 Corvette with a 1:28.877. Earlier today, we saw Chris Boersma resetting the track-modified front-wheel drive record. He had reset it yesterday with a 1:31.558. I believe he went a little bit faster in the session that we just had. So I believe that was a 1:31.3 or so. Chris knocking off just a few more hundredths of a second for that new track-modified front-wheel drive track record.
Hi, I'm Dwight Kelly, and this is my 2004 BMW E46 with the S85 V10. So it's got a full race sequential box, race ABS, Motec. It's pretty incredible. The sound on this car, you know, I can't hear it in the car, which is pretty funny, but it stands out, let's put it that way.
All right, welcome back. We are about to roll Time Attack Group C out on the track. Time Attack Group B is coming in. As I said earlier, we do have a pretty full field here at GRIDLIFE Track Battle Round 4 here at Road Atlanta. Road Atlanta is a 2.54-mile course over 12 turns. There's 125 feet of elevation change from the lowest point down at the bottom of turn 5 up to the top of the hill in turn 12 under the Fox Bridge. It's a lot of elevation change. You think about if you stack two 18-wheelers nose to tail, it's going to be about 125 feet if you have the 18-wheeler trailer and the truck as well. So that is a lot of elevation change. We also have the Radwood Car Show going on today. You can kind of see it there in the picture off to the right. That is a 1980s and 1990s inspired car show. Period correct dress is recommended but not required. If you have a love of 1980s and 1990s cars, make sure you head over and check out Radwood. That show will be going on until about 3 o'clock. I believe they're expecting around 200 cars or so. Make sure you stop by and shake my buddy Connor Jepson's hand. He has a couple three-wheelers that he's brought out. I know, very 80s-ish. And a Suzuki Samurai. So make sure you stop up there and check everything out. The guys from Driving While Awesome out in the San Francisco area have been running that show for a couple years now, along with a couple other buddies, Brad Brownell and a few others. That show is just taken off. It shows that there's a lot of people that still love 80s and 90s cars, and I'm one of them. So make sure you go up there and check that out. If you want to drive your car in a performance setting as well, this goes for all of you spectators as well. There is the GRIDLIFE Autocross going on just behind the tower here. $20 will get you 4 runs, and they also have an option to run all you want. So make sure you go over. Fastest lap time at the autocross of the day will win a free set of autocross tires. Make sure you head over and check out our new partners over at VP Racing Fuels. They're also down in the paddock area, and the team over at Momo is here as well. They just released a new glove. Some of the top time attack drivers will be winning free Momo gloves. Make sure you check over and check out all of their new products. You can see here on the live stream just how packed the paddock is here at Road Atlanta. It looked just as full on Thursday night. So there are very many competitors that showed up, are running all weekend, and it's just been crazy to watch the growth here of GRIDLIFE South Festival at Road Atlanta. This is our 3rd year here, and we love it more and more every time. For those of you just tuning in that don't quite understand the GRIDLIFE Festival format, we actually have 5 main pillars. So we have the GRIDLIFE Track Battle, which is what is on right now. We also have GRIDLIFE Full Track Drifting. That's right. So tomorrow we'll be doing full course drifting here at Road Atlanta. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen here, where you can see a drift car sliding at 110 miles an hour down turn 11 here, or sorry, turn 12, right in front of the tower. Same thing, seeing cars, drift cars initiated 140 miles an hour down the back straight, sliding 4 of them all at the same time down into turn 10A. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. So we also have a high-performance driver's education format as well, with beginner, intermediate, and advanced groups. So we can take you all the way from a rank beginner all the way to a track battle competitor and beyond. For more information on how to drive with GRIDLIFE, go to www.grid.life. Some of the other components of the GRIDLIFE Festival is the Music Festival. You can see if you're watching the live stream right now, the stage is there off to the right side. Last night, that place was packed. Joyride performed, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. Make sure if you are here in the stands, make sure you stick around tonight for one of those last pillars of GRIDLIFE. Checking that out. We also have a car show as well. So not only do we have Radwood today, tomorrow we have the GRIDLIFE Showcase. So that will be going on in the same parking area that Radwood is going on in today. Make sure you check that out. Some of you may have noticed on the live stream or walking around that there are a lot of tents and RVs as well. Another big component of GRIDLIFE is that most people here are camping for 2 nights. Some of them even 3. So if you got in Thursday night, you'd camp Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it is just one of the best automotive parties around. We love it. Just getting the word that that Time Attack Group C is heading out on track right now. You can see a couple Evos are leading off the field. And we have a C7 Corvette, couple, That's an LS swapped E46 M3. That's right. That thing sounds amazing. We have a large variety of cars here. All of these Time Attack cars are broken into different groups depending on what lap times they've run this weekend. Time Attack Group A has been the fastest cars, and then B, C, D, and F. Doesn't take a whole lot to compete, though, as long as you have proper track experience and a properly prepped car. You can compete in GRIDLIFE Track Battle. Later on today, we'll probably see Team HMA out of Alabama bringing out a Honda Odyssey. That's right, Honda Odyssey minivan running in Time Attack. Carl there at Team HMA wheeled that thing to a 152 lap time yesterday. Pretty crazy. That is probably the fastest a minivan, at least a stockish minivan, has lapped Road Atlanta. I kind of wish I could have been in the passenger seat of that thing. All right, we're looking right now at the back straight here at Road Atlanta. That is turn 9 or so. In a slower car, it doesn't really feel like a turn, but in a faster car, you definitely have to pay attention because things can get kind of sketchy. See a couple Evos there. Both of those cars, I believe, competing in the street or street mod all-wheel drive class. We'll see here in just a moment. Mitsubishi Evos have been fairly dominant in a couple different classes. Earlier today, we saw Mike Puglisi almost beating one of the track modified records. Looks like that first car number 727, that's David Lorena in street modified all-wheel drive, followed by Charles Miller, that car number 55. Chris Bickford, car number 123, that's that white Corvette you're seeing right there. Chris just picked that thing up at the end of last season and seems like he's been having a hell of a time with it. That E46 M3 convertible out there is driven by Nikolai Delov. That thing has an LS swap in it. That's right, an LS in an E46 M3. So if you like Corvettes or like the way they sound but don't necessarily like the way they look, but you enjoy the E46 M3 platform, Nikolai's car is a good representation of that for you if you want to get the best of both worlds. So here we have this R34, red R34 GTR. That guy made the trip all the way from California, towing that car, but made the trip all the way. Let's see, we also, I believe that's Joel Morrison out there in that S2000 that we just saw. And I believe Nishanth Patel was in that red FRS that just came by the front straight camera there as well. So all of these cars just starting their first flyer lap. Right now we're looking at David Lorena looking for a lap time for him. This is his first flyer lap of this session. David is in the street modified all-wheel drive class. Current record was set by Sally McNulty earlier this morning, 133.759. David Lorena crossing the line, 137.764. Not a bad first lap. And Charles Miller, 139.9. So David Lorena so far running the fastest lap time of the session, 137.765. Nikolai Delov in that E46 M3 convertible, 139.018. And Chris Bickford, 139.3 in that white C7 Corvette. Looks like right now in that blue RSX, that is Camille Diswitz. That car is actually properly set up. If you look, for those of you that are keen on cars, you can see that the front tires on that thing are a little bit bigger than the rear. Some of these front-wheel drive competitors choosing to run larger front tires than rear. Camille Diswitz, 147.932 for Camille. Camille, one of our competitors from the Midwest, coming down here to Road Atlanta for GRIDLIFE South Festival. GRIDLIFE would also like to thank our main partners, Falcon Tire, Rockstar Energy Drink, Voodoo Ride, Maxxis Tire, Power Stop Brakes, VP Racing Fuels, and Momo. There we see David Lorena in his Evo 10 coming up through turn 10A, trying to best his best lap time earlier. His first lap he ran a 137.764 as he comes down turn 12. Looking really good. Should be a little bit faster. There we go. Drop 2 seconds. 135.873 in street modified all-wheel drive. Looks like David's not too far away from the track record that Sally McNulty set this morning of a 133.759. You will notice that there are many, many different vehicles out there today. What you're looking at right now is car number 6. Car number 6 is Michael Amick. Michael's best so far, 145.167. What you're looking at right now, car number 130. That's one of the brand new GT 350s. That's Brian Lisenby, 140.959 for Brian. It's like your top 5 fastest lap times of this session. David Lorena in that white Evo 10, 135.873. Nikolai Delov in his E46 M3 convertible with the LF swap, 137.351. Mike Osborne out there, 137.885. Richard Wilkeson, 138.503. And Chris Bickford in his white C7 Corvette that he's been campaigning this season, 139.065. You're seeing Charles Miller right now in his Evo. Charles, one of our longtime competitors with GRIDLIFE Track Battle the past couple seasons. So Charles' best so far, 139.379. Let's see what he's got, if he can beat that time that he had earlier today. Charles putting in a 139.291. That is his best of the session. And you see Nikolai Delov in that LS swapped E46 M3. What's interesting, that is Nikolai's only vehicle. That's his daily driver. He drives it all through the winter, goes ice racing in it. Really, really cool to see. He actually drove that thing down last year, towing a trailer with a motorcycle on it. Really shows you don't have to have a truck and trailer to come compete with GRIDLIFE Track Battle. Many of these cars have been street driven to the track. See here a couple of the competitors. We have all 3 platforms in that shot. We had that Subaru all-wheel drive car up front, followed by that C7 Corvette, and then Camille Diswitz in his RSX for the front-wheel drive car coming out there as well. You can see some of these beautiful, beautiful shots from our team here at GRIDLIFE putting together this live stream. This is the first time that we are doing the live stream, and I cannot be more impressed with these shots that these guys are getting for us. If you're in the crowd right now here at the event, you can check out the live stream just by going to YouTube and searching for GRIDLIFE, clicking on the GRIDLIFE main page, and we are live streaming right now. You can sit anywhere around the track, listen to the same commentary that I'm giving right now, essentially in real time, and follow along with all these shots from all around the track. Right now, what you're looking, that's car number 70. That is Eric Dewey DeWitt, 139.715, best for him. Let's see what Dewey's got. All right, Dewey's about to cross the line here. Dewey's in that silver WRX. His best so far, looks like he jumped in timing a little bit. Got to find him. Dewey's best, 139.715. Your fastest lap of this session, though, belongs to David Lorena with a 135.873. That was that white Evo 10 with the blue wheels that we saw out earlier. The Radwood Car Show is going on right now. Make sure you head up there and check out all of the Radwood. Interesting thing from the guys over at Radwood. They're doing a fat lacing race over at the Radwood tent. So if you think you can lace shoes the quickest, more quickly than your friends, head up to Radwood and challenge them to see who can lace the shoes the fastest. There's that R34 GTR that we were talking about earlier. Forget who that driver is, but they brought that thing all the way down from California. Uh-oh, looks like we got Dewey off in turn 10A. Not sure if he's having some mechanical. Ooh, that's not the best place to stop. There is a red flag out. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully it's nothing too major. We see a bunch of cars stop there on the back straight. We're up now in the sky with the GRIDLIFE track battle drone. Let's see if we can see anything. It's like playing Where's Waldo. Can anybody see anything? I do not see anything myself. There is a car off at the end of the front straight, though. Looks like a GTR. Not quite sure what that might be, but there is a car sitting off in the front straight. Looks like everything might be all right. Hopefully it's just a slight mechanical. I don't see any damage on the vehicle. So hopefully, there you go. You can see it right there in that live stream shot looking right at us. Not quite sure who that is, but don't see any damage on the car. So hopefully it's just mechanical. Good job to that driver for getting off the track surface over into the grass, just in case he's dropping fluid or anything. We don't put that fluid all over the track. So nice work there to that GRIDLIFE track battle competitor, whoever that may be. Things do happen on track, but luckily this may just be something mechanical, and we can get him pulled in and move on to the next time attack group. So as we get that GTR cleaned up on track, figuring out what's going on there, we will take a quick break. We will resume coverage here shortly as soon as the track is hot again. Stay tuned. All right, it looks like we're seeing some of the Time Attack Group C cars coming in. I was mistaken earlier when I said it was that GTR off in the grass. I could see it from the tower, and normally when there's a red flag situation, we recommend people stay on the track surface, that driver choosing to go off in the grass. So I mistakenly thought that he was the main issue. We do have a car off somewhere in the grass in the back. I think it might be our buddy Nishant Patel. He is fine, but I believe there was maybe a slight fire with the car. So I'm receiving word that the driver is okay, but the car, I think the safety team is out there pulling that car in. So we have seen many track records broken here today already. Some of them have been broken multiple times. Earlier today, we've already reset 4 track records today. We reset 4 yesterday. Looks like they have all been reset today as well. Sally McNulty in street modified all-wheel drive, taking her IAG performance and snail performance Subaru WRX to a 133.759. Matt DeRoos in street modified rear-wheel drive in the Evolve Autosport E46 M3 running a 133.066. Charles Miller resetting the street all-wheel drive record earlier today with a 138.157 in his Evo. And Josh Orr just bought a C7 Corvette for this season and has been doing really well with it. Josh dropping a second off of his track record he reset yesterday. Josh now down to a 136.3. So very, very nice driving from all of those drivers. Many of our track battle competitors are running their fastest and personal best today as well. So the conditions are right. We'll be live with the next group here in just a little bit. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
So I'm Kevin Wesley with Wesley Motorsports. We've entered a 2018 Dodge SRT wide body Hellcat this year for Time Attack at GRIDLIFE. But it's truly just a Challenger wide body. Factory has a wheel flare, and then it's a factory Hellcat drivetrain, 707 horsepower with an 8-speed automatic. The nice thing about this car, even though it's running in track modified, it's basically built off of all OEM parts. We need a lot of tire in the rear for the power that we're making, so the 355 ACR is just a perfect tire for that. The Bilstein MDS double adjustables, we've been able to dial some understeer out of the car, and we're really making some good progress on getting the car balanced. Really the goal for this season is just to get the Challenger on track and show everybody that it can be a road race car.
All right, you are looking at the front straight. If you're watching the live stream, that is one of the fastest corners in America there as you come down turn 12 onto the front straight. It takes a while to work up as a driver to be able to gain the confidence to take that corner as quickly as you can. It's almost like jumping off a cliff, though. A lot of drivers have found that they can take that corner flat. That's right, staying on the throttle, not lifting. Do you even lift, bro? No, I don't. That is a very, very fast corner and very daunting, too. This whole track is actually, it's not too hard of a track to learn, but it's a hard track to build up the mental strength to be able to drive as fast as you can here. There's many corners here that you just can't see where they're going. So that shot we saw earlier coming down through, through turn 12, as you crest the hill at the top of the hill there, coming out of turn 10B, you can't see anything. It's just sky. You can't even hardly have any reference points. So you can actually see on the bridge in certain shots that there's 3 boxes there. I believe it's a yellow, a white, and a blue box. And you can figure out where you need to be to position yourself just right so that you can be on the track surface and not out in the grass. Right now what you're looking at on live stream is turn 9 down into turn 10A on the back straight. That's one of the longest straights in America. We had some competitors in the past here hitting almost 180 miles an hour before getting on the brakes there. That is a very, very fast section, and this shot here really shows you the elevation change. It really does drop away quite quickly and quite dramatically as well. You can see the GRIDLIFE Autocross over there. Just if you're watching the live stream, looks like there's a Mustang or something out there running the autocross course. For those of you spectating, the autocross, super, super simple to go and drive. As long as you have a driver's license and a car that passes the minimal tech requirements, you can go run at the GRIDLIFE Autocross. $20 gets you 4 runs, and there is no maximum to how many runs you can get. Just keep pulling out those $20 bills, and they will let you run all day. The fastest lap over at the autocross of the weekend will win a free set of Maxxis tires. You just saw that shot of the paddock. The paddock here is packed. There are very, very many competitors. About half the paddock is drift cars as well. We will see later today full course drifting here at Road Atlanta. The main full course drifting event is tomorrow, but there are a lot of the pro drifters that will be drifting that whole straight there. It's really awesome. Last year you saw some of the pros manjing or drifting back and forth down the straightaway. It was really, really cool to see. I can't wait to see those guys do it tomorrow. Oh, looks like we see one of the cars being towed in. I believe that is car number 9, Nishant Patel. I think he just got that car back together too. That is a bronze 350Z. Don't see any body damage on the car though, so I believe the report was that there might have been a small little engine fire. So hopefully it's nothing major. Believe the driver is okay. We will be rolling Time Attack Group D here shortly. You can see there in Hot Pits there are a few cars in Time Attack Group D lined up, and they'll be taken to the track here shortly. That'll do it for us here for the live stream portion of Heat 2 today for Time Attack. We'll be back later today as we follow these drivers in their chase for the fastest lap.